small one, but now I'm scared. Looking at you, trying to see your stalling. Ooh, one hesitant step ahead. You're another small one, but now you're scared. Looking at you, trying to see where you're crawling out. Emergency, oh.
Please give a warm welcome to David and enjoy his talk.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Well, has anyone seen the Kickass movie here? Can you raise your hands? Well, not too much. Okay, for those who haven't seen the movie yet, Kickass is just an ordinary guy who wants to make the world a better place. Fighting against the bad guys. He fights, he fails, but he doesn't stop, and finally he finds a team and they kick ass together. You may ask, where is the connection of all of this and software development? And the point is that, at least for me, all the developers are superheroes. Within all the developers, there is a hidden superhero with one big superpower. You can go out there to the wall and change it and improve it and kick ass with your software. So just to set expectations, this talk is not about code. Sorry, guys. This talk is not about process. Sorry, managers, but there is not a kick ass certification. This code is about how we can change the world, how can we kick ass with our software. It's me. The contrast is not very good, but my name is David Bonilla, and I work for Atlassian. It's a company which creates software to create better software. It's weird. And I work as ambassador. Ambassador is a kind of technical evangelist. That's it, internally and externally. And I know that it's hard to believe because of my perfect British accent, but I come from Spain. So relax and enjoy the accent. So, how to do kick-ass software development? It's easy, hard. Well, it's just 2 words. Use Ruby. Thank you and goodbye. No, seriously, Ruby is great, it's awesome, but language is not very important to kick ass. You can kick ass with Java, you can kick ass with Python, you can kick ass even with .NET, even with PHP. Even. So the point is that what is kick ass? What is kick ass software development? For me, kick ass software development is try to create software with speed, with velocity, and with quality, but always focusing in your customers, in your users, trying to change their lives, trying to make their lives better. This is kick-ass. The problem is that there's no proper way to do kick-ass software development. I'm not a guru, and my company didn't find the holy grail of software development. But in this talk, I want to show you how we try to make kick-ass software development. And I want to talk about 4 random topics. We have a lot, but I want to focus just in 4. First is how to deliver kick-ass software, and what is this? Second, how to create a kick-ass team. Third, well, Kickass Collaboration. It's very important for the teams. And fourth, automation. Well, let's start with the Kickass software. What is Kickass software for you? How can you kick ass with your software? Well, for me, Kickass software is something like this. When you make your customers, your users happy. When you make their lives better. This is Kickass software. And it's difficult to build Kickass software. The first thing that you must ask yourself is, how to build the right thing. Probably it's a very easy question, but it's very hard to answer. And I'm going to ask you one thing. Do you know Microsoft Kin? Can you raise your hands if you know Microsoft Kin? Wow, 2 guys. Microsoft Kin is this. Okay, I didn't know it until I Googled for software disasters. And yeah, it's this. It was made just 2 years ago, and Microsoft spent $1 billion just to do this piece of shit that nobody used. And after 44 days, they had to remove it from the market because it was a disaster. A disaster. So the point is, if Microsoft, with a lot of resources, with a lot of smart people working there, fail, we should assume that build the right thing is complicated. So the question is, how we can now, what is the right thing before building it? In Atlassian, we have a technique, and we call it fake it until you make it. How can we do that? Well, we use a lot of techniques, but for example, we start with paper prototyping. I don't know if you know the technique, but it's something like this. It's funny, and beyond the fun, it's cheap. It's much cheaper than building software. Much cheaper. But we use more techniques. For example, we fake homepage, we fake mini sites, we fake release notes, and we try to see the reaction of our customers. We announce features in advance, and we see what happened. Anyway, this is fun, but do you know the most powerful tool to build the right thing? Do you know what is? It's feedback. Feedback from your users, your real users, your customers. It's the most powerful tool. It's so important that we are committed to generate a kick-ass feedback experience. What is this? I want to talk about 2 real examples. First, I came to Israel through London, and I don't know if you know Heathrow, but it's probably the worst airport in the world. It's Mordor. It's horrible. But after you pass the security control, you can see something like this. And this is a feedback totem. If you think that the process, all the security process was great, you can push the happy face, and that's it. If you think that the security process sucks, you can push the sad face, and that's it. So the point is that it's easy to find, it's simple, and it's fast to submit. And by the way, it's awesome Spanish technology. Another case, in Atlassian. We ship a new dashboard in Jira Agile, formerly Greenhopper, and we wanted to know the reaction of the users, what they thought about the new dashboard. So to do that, we create a button, and we put the button just in front of their eyes. Well, you can see the button, but it's here. And this is the homepage of the application. When they click in the button, they get a form like this. And they can just fill the form, just 4 fields, that's it. It's quite simple. The point is that with this stupid thing, we got 4 times more feedback than in the past. 400% increase. Again, it's easy to find, it's simple, and it's fast to submit. And the last thing is developers and support. In Atlassian, every developer spends at least 1 week a year in the support team. Why? Because we think that expose them to a direct contact with the customers, it's great. They can talk with them, they can ask them, they can know what they feel, what they want, and it's awesome. And then they can apply directly all this feedback to the code. This is what we do to try to build the right thing, but it's complicated. Again, create a Kickass team. What is a Kickass team for us? Well, for us, a Kickass team is a team which ships software with quality and speed, removing friction and avoiding bottlenecks. It's complicated too. And the first problem is that in one team you have different roles and different responsibilities. Usually developers focus more on productivity and testers focus more on quality. And this is a problem because you don't know who has the responsibility of good software sometimes. To avoid that, we use a new role, and is DOT, developer on test. What is this? Well, in Atlassian, again, every developer spends at least 1 week a year testing tools, testing software. We train all the developers to know some basic testing techniques. It's very good because they know how the testing teams work. And we do a lot of things, even beyond that. For example, the whole company practice blitz testing. Before launching one new application, one new feature, one new product, whatever, the whole company tests this new feature at the same time. We coordinate these sessions. And we also invent a new role. It's the bug hunter. Each week, one developer per team just focus in the done column. And their main task is to test all these tasks and try to find bugs and fix them before sending the task to the QA department. So you can ask, well, the developers are doing all the work, what's doing the QA department? Well, it's not true because in Atlassian QA means quality assistant, not quality assurance. I mean, one tester is not just one monkey, it's one developer for us, and they use their time to find new testing tools, new testing techniques to create data sets, very complicated tests, all this stuff, not to test stupid things. Because in Atlassian, quality is everybody's responsibility. It's your responsibility to ship very good code. Okay, this is one point. The second point is developers on design, doing design. What do you think about that? In Atlassian, we are very engineering-centric, like Google, and we thought that because developers are superheroes, they can design. We were wrong. When you ask to an engineer to design a user interface, you can get something like this. If you ask them to put some color there, you can get something like this. And if you translate this to web design, well, the results are this. So we try to hire more and more designers. And our managers ask us, why should we have designers? We prefer to hire developers because this means more products, more productivity. Well, the point is that we hired one designer, and this guy started to realize that, I don't know, you can see it, but he found like 200 different drop-down menus in our applications. 200, it was awesome. So we realized that we need designers because we suck at like designers. And we start to hire more and more and more designers. But then we found the same problem. How can we scale designers? Because it's difficult to find designers too. So, well, we use our superheroes, developers. But as I said before, developers design not very well. So what we did was to try to guide them with design. We create a design guidelines. Well, we create a framework, and the name was Atlassian User Interface. And it's like a kind of Twitter bootstrap, you know? Just a basic rule set and some graphic components. We also create a testing tool to test all these user interfaces. And this drove to developer speed. The goal was not to convert these developers in designers. The goal was to give to our developers more autonomy, to avoid bottlenecks, to remove friction. If you as developer need to add, I don't know, one button to complete one feature, you don't need to ask for help to one designer. This is the point. Okay, next topic, Kickass Collaboration. Collaboration is very important for us. We think that the lonesome cowboy time is gone forever. And with the teams comes a problem, because sometimes collaboration is hard. In the past, we used Subversion, and it was great. But when you have a lot of remote and distributed teams, it's not enough. So we moved forward to Git. And well, the first thing that we did was to try to find a fast and simple workflow for parallel working or coding. With Git, branching is very cheap. So we create a branch for every task in the company. I mean, not for every feature, but for every task. And this is great because our branches have a very short lives, an average of 2 days. This means that our merge are very, 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 very easy and probably almost without conflicts. We also use pull requests. Do you know what is a pull request? Yes? Well, it's a kind of code review. You ask people to review your code before committing the code. And again, just to remove friction, we create the fast approval rules. If you got 2 approvals, your code is committed automatically. You don't need any more. More things. We're talking about collaboration, so let's talk about emails. We love emails. Emails are great to work offline. Emails are also great to write from one to many. Emails are great for working asynchronous, and also are great for add more and more and more people to the conversation. Actually, who don't love emails? Are awesome. You don't like it? We don't like emails. We hate emails. You can find a lot of problems, but the main problem for me is that you lose the context, and sometimes the message is very bad. So what we did, well, we bought a small company called HipChat, and we use the HipChat as our main collaboration tool. We use chat to talk with us. And the first great thing about chat is that you can talk, or you can follow the conversation that you need to kick ass. Just this. If you don't like to follow, I don't know, the manager's rooms, you don't need to do that. If you're a front-end designer or you're a front-end developer, you just need to follow this room. The second thing about chat is that it's great for remote conversations, because you can be at home and the rest of your coworkers at the office. And also very, very good for local conversations, because you don't disturb the rest of the people. They can stay at the zone. And the last thing is that it's very great for different time zones. We have office in San Francisco, Sydney, Amsterdam, and distributed teams in Spain, of course, Germany, Poland, Indonesia, Brazil. So for us, it was super important. How we do that? With permanent chats. If you send a file, if you send a comment, it's there forever and ever. Okay, next point, automation. I don't know if you have realized that our main goal as developers, as IT professionals, is helping people to be faster, to automate their works. But seriously, how much time do you spend trying to automate your work? 1 hour per week, 2, 3, nothing? Again, I want to ask you one thing. Who is doing continuous integration here? Can you raise your hands? Not too many. And who is doing Kickass continuous integration? Okay, let's talk about the past. Our builds. Our builds took too long. When I say too long, it means 20 hours. Jira has 1 million of lines of code, for example, and it took 20 hours to build, to pass all the tests. It was horrible. It was very complicated, unstable, and obviously sometimes we miss a concept. Just in one word, our build sucks. So we tried to end with the monster builds and kick ass again with our building system, and we found 4 things to improve our process. Well, the first thing was to work with artifacts. It's a shame, but we tried to compile everything. We tried to package everything together. Obviously, it was stupid. And we start to package different components, different libraries in different artifacts. And well, the result was awesome. You can see the diagram, but we improve a lot. The second thing is try to parallelize test. You don't need to run all your tests just in a line. You can parallel test, and we did that using different agents and different machines. So we improve a lot. And we create a build strategy because you don't need to pass all the tests every time. We pass building and unit UA testing each time that someone commit code, but we have also platform test, and we just run this test once per hour. And finally, about performance tests, we just run these tests when we build nightly builds. That's it. The last thing was look into our stats. We realized that some tests just took too many times. So when we find something like this, we try to split the test in more than one test. Again, there is no proper way to do Kickass software development. We talk about 4 topics. Kickass, how to deliver Kickass software, how to create a Kickass team, how to collaborate, and how to try to automate your process. But again, the resume of all this talk is try to be excellent in everything you do. Try to improve in each tiny step of your process, of your software, the software process. Sometimes it's hard because you are in your comfort zone. So I think that the point is to step out of your comfort zone and try to be awesome. Try to do different things. Try to, I don't know, try with different languages, different tools. And the goal of this talk was that from now, just after work, before going home, ask yourself, as we do, did you kick ass today? Thank you very much. I don't know if you have questions or yes? The question was if just 1 week in support is enough to realize what's happening in support and to get feedback. No, obviously not. But at least it's one first step. Yes?
Follow-up question. Is there in any part of the
he asked about how we test and how we create our test. The point is that I can't say nothing very general in Atlassian because each team has freedom to do whatever they want, you know. So the only practice that we have across the whole company is exploratory testing. I don't know if you know what is this. It's manual, and we create a tool to do that. It's Atlassian Capture. I don't remember the name. And the point is that you can record sessions, you know, and test by yourself directly in the browser, you know. But I can say, well, we use this and this and this because each team is completely different, you know. More questions?
Anyone else? Okay.
Thank you.